Hello, everybody. I'm glad you're here today. When the selected service is called up by the President of the United States to go into Europe, I have some concerns about that. I have some concerns about bridges being blown up by British drones and United States surveillance, whatever was there. Russia, I can't imagine being all that thrilled with that. There's a lot of things escalating in the world right now, and I get it. I get it. It's easy to get very confused. It's easy to get frightened. It's easy to just try to connect the dots, and there ain't no connecting the dots. I can't figure it out. That's okay. I've quit trying to figure it out. If y'all can, go for it. But what I figured out is ain't nobody coming for me. Nobody's going to help me when the you know what hits the fan. So I need to just be as prepared as possible, and with food and water, medical supplies, those kinds of things, and more importantly, be very rooted in the cause of Christ and my belief that Jesus is the Son of God. So, with that being said, let me share with you a word that the Lord gave me yesterday. When I was praying to Him, I was actually distraught about some other things, and I was worshiping. I get up at 4 and I worship for an hour and a half or so before everybody else gets up in the family. Now, I have not always done that. When the kids were little, there was none of that. But I'm able to do that now, and I love it. It's my favorite time of the day. So that's when God talks to me, and I get to talk to God. And I was kind of pouring my heart out. I was distraught about finding a place to worship because our little church closed down, y'all know. And the interesting thing is, we have found a congregation just 2 minutes away from us in our little town. It's a community church now. It used to not be a community church, but it is now. And y'all, we know the people that minister there. We've known them for over 30 years, and they have been our friends. They actually had a daughter that passed away a few years before our daughter, Amanda, passed away. And their daughter was special needs, and our daughter was special needs, and they were actually in school together. Anyway, for a little bit before I started homeschooling. But that doesn't matter. The point is, we have a history, and we love them. And one of the things that's really interesting about this church is they invite the Holy Spirit there every Sunday. And there's a lot of young families there. But because I'm me, I have I have baggage. I mean, don't we all right? So my husband's been in ministry for ever since we've been married, so over 35 years. And when you're in ministry, you're the victim of assassination attempts all the time in the Lord's church. It's horrible that I even have to say that. And granted, it's fine. It all works out. It's not for the faint of heart if you want to go into ministry. But you see the ins and outs of church work and the background stuff that goes on that a lot of times the congregation doesn't see. And so when I go visit this church, I think, what's going on in the background? What if this is? What if that is? Who are these people? Who makes the decisions here? Where does the money go? All of these questions. But I like the church a lot. But I just have to be wise in the decision process. So anyway, as I was crying to God, literally crying to God yesterday about it, here's what He said to me. Child, dry your tears and listen to the God who loves you. What a way to start a conversation, right? He says, there are many things I abhor. The genuineness of a man's heart to follow me is not one of them. And then he goes on to say other things. And then here's the thing that I want you to hold on to today because it's helped me. Father said, I will iron out all the wrinkles that bother you, for I am mighty. I will iron out all the wrinkles that bother you, for I am mighty. So when our Father, I was talking to him, so I'll just say my father. When he says that to me, it was like cool water being splashed on a sunburn. It was, well, I don't know about a sunburn. It was like a drink of cool water when you're thirsty. We'll put it like that. It felt so soothing. Like, shh. He knows me. He made me this way. Like, my mind is like a hamster wheel. And it just one thought, one idea, one, and I'm used to it. I've only recently realized not everybody thinks that way. So that's a new thing for me. But God was saying, "Hey, there is no perfect place to worship. Every group has wrinkles. Every group has baggage. There's and it's just different with each group, and it doesn't matter if God is at the center, and if this particular group, this community church, if they're inviting the Holy Spirit there, which they are, then the wrinkles are going to be ironed out. My path is going to be smoothed by God. Now, I like ironing, and so the Lord knows that. That's why one of the things, that's why He used that metaphor. That's why He gave me that picture. So as you move forward, no matter what you see going on in the world today, whatever's going on in your life, in your personal life today, the struggles we have, if we go to the Lord, just imagine Him being this big iron, smoothing out the wrinkles, because He'll do that. He'll do that for us. And that's scriptural. I can back that concept up with things in the Bible. So that's why I love the Father so much, because He tells me things that are in the Bible, but just kind of in a different way. That's all I have, y'all. The world is dark. The world is chaotic. The world's on fire. But we serve a God, and we know who we serve, the King. And He's going to iron out our wrinkles in our lives and in our paths. So y'all hang on to that. This is Gina Lima Charlie. I'm out.